What's up, YouTube? This is the Wisco Boater channel. My name is Chad. Today is the first step in building a mini dinette on Thirsty Whale. Behind me here, you can see the space where there used to be a couch. I removed that this morning. It looked just like this one, but filled that space right there. So in this little area, I'm going to build a dinette. It's going to be a 4-person dinette. It's going to be I'm calling it a mini dinette because it's going to be smaller than what could have been or would have been installed on this boat had a dinette been an option back then, which I don't think it ever was. So this will be kind of a unique thing for Catalina 381, but I've got 46 inches of space here and 60 inches of space from the edge of this couch back to the wall. So 46 wide will be enough for 2 people to sit side by side, and 60 inches long. I will size the table based on the amount of space that I have between the benches after I get those built. So the table is going to be something special. I think it's not going to be super unique. It's a type of table design that's been done many times. You find them on YouTube, but I'm not going to give it away quite yet. I'm going to make the table, the tabletop, but it also will be a convertible dinette to a kid's bed. We don't have kids, but be a perfect place for kids to sleep if they're small yet, or could be a perfect dog bed as well. So it's let's see, it's the weekend before Thanksgiving. I am going to start this project next week. So this is going to be a little bit of a long process, long series, I think, just because it's going to take me a little bit of time to build the benches at home and then bring them up here, get them spaced where I want them, get them set correctly, and then I'll start building the tabletop. So I think this will be a 2, maybe 3-part series. First part here will be just the benches, and then the tabletop, and then the final review of installation. So right there is going to be a dinette. Well, behind me here we have the boards that I'm going to use to start making the dinette. I've got 2 4x8 sheets of 1/2-inch birch. I guess it is plywood. It is layered plywood, but you can see the pattern on the top here is basically glued strips of boards to create this plywood. I chose 1/2-inch birch for 2 reasons. One, they didn't have any 1/2-inch ACX. They had 1/2-inch marine grade plywood, which I don't need for this project because it's an indoor wood project. But 1/2-inch marine grade plywood 4x8 sheet was $100, and this was expensive enough. This is also very, very smooth. It's got a very nice finish to it already. So there won't be much finish work that'll be required for this, if any, really. So that was attractive. These sheets were $56 each. And then I do have 2 boards over there that are glued edge pine. Those are going to be for the ends. So I'll show you what my initial design drawing was like, and then I kind of moved it over to a little bit more of a technical drawing, just on scratch paper, but you'll get the idea. To see what I mean, how I'm going to build this. 2 sheets of paper here. This was the initial sketch that I made. So you can see here in the sketch that forward couch that you saw earlier in this video is gone. Still have the corner couch here, and then the dinette is going to fit in that space. So I'm going to build a 46-inch wide set of benches. I've got 60 inches of space here. Obviously this isn't really drawn to scale because 46 inches looks wider than the 60, but I've got 60 inches of space here. So I'm going to build 2 benches 16 inches wide, which is enough to sit on. It's not going to be the most comfortable dinette, but it's the space I have to work with. So, and then down the road, we'll build the table. So that's the space that it's going to go in. Here's the galley of the boat and the stairs and the engine hatch. So that's kind of the layout. So then I took that and you know, got the rulers out and started drawing things out a little bit more on a detailed level. So this is what I'm going to work off of. I don't know if these dimensions, that 15 inches, is actually going to stay. Depends on how I decide to hinge the seat, because it's going to hinge up so that I can use that as storage. And then the side view here, that's the idea. So it's time to start marking out the birch and figure out how this is all going to come together. Got the two back pieces cut out and the two pieces that will go up against the wall. I've got some 4-foot clamps here that are keeping these two pieces together right now. I have not drilled any holes or run any screws yet. So I'm gonna have to make two opposite benches. And you can see this is gonna be fairly small, which is why I'm calling it a mini dinette. So this one here will be up against the wall underneath the TV, and then I'll use that piece and that piece to build the other side. And yeah, just keep going piece by piece here. It's so far really nothing to show as far as cutting out wood. I'm just cutting out square pieces and gonna get these drilled. Well, pretty simple. What we're doing here, just drilling holes for screws, and gonna put some fairly small drywall screws in these boards. All right, we got one side, the inside of one bench done. And I'll just repeat the same thing for the other side, and then I'll work on the outside piece. This is a really easy project. There's really, I mean, figuring out the math to make sure you got your spacing right, to account for the width of the boards and all that stuff. You know, that's one thing, but the main objective is to get 46 inches and overall width, and then the seat itself will be 16, so pretty simple. Well, I'm definitely succeeding at making a huge mess of my garage. I'm looking at these boards here. This one is fine. I got this one cut out. This is the pine. And this other piece, it's got some splitting. Yeah. Shit. All right, well, I'm gonna stop here and return this one. This board is split right there. It's split up here. So I can't use this. This one's okay. So I'm happy enough with the pine. Here, let me show it. Sitting up next to the bench there. All right, so one of them is ready to screw in. I'm not going to screw it in though, because I need to use this as a template to do the other side, which now I got to take this back to Menards. And frustrating. It's always something. But I mean, that's the beginning of one bench anyway. So I'll run to Menards tomorrow. Return this board. Look at this. Took the plastic off. And it's just totally split on both ends. I've used this kind of wood before many times. I've never had a piece come apart like that. I returned the one board that was cracked, and I found one that is exactly the same size as this. So this one was cut from a 18-inch by 4-foot board. This one is 16 inches by 3, which is the exact dimensions of this. So all I gotta do is trace this cutout here and cut it out, and I have an exact copy of the one side. Perfect. Make sure it's all lined up. 16 inches, nice and flush. We got about 1/8 of an inch at the top here that will get trimmed off, but that's not a big deal. Flush on the back side. All right, draw the shape. Boom. Sweet. That's how those are going to look. They're not screwed in place yet, but that's going to be the outside of the benches. I'm not doing this board on the inside because that's going to be right up against the wall, and it's not really going to matter. We'll just use the padding on the wall as that edge of the bench. So that's really all there is to it. I'm going to get these drilled and screwed in. I am going to use wood glue on these pieces. I'm going to take those 2 pieces off, wood glue, screw them back in, and then I'll work on the front piece. So the basic shape of the benches is coming together pretty nicely, and these are gonna work out great, I think. Super stoked about this. Okay, well, I can't find my wood glue, so I'm not going to use wood glue. How about that? I am going to use some 5200. And yes, the rule is 5200, not on a boat. But this is a dinette. Has nothing to do with anything on the boat that needs to be removable later, and the intent here is this never comes apart. So I need a little poker thing. It's been a little while since I've used this, so The little trick here is to just poke the side of the tube and just squeeze it out that way. And I don't need very much here. It will squeeze out. This stuff takes forever to dry. Figure that out later. I got the boxes built. The screws are not going to be seen. I'm going to cover as I mentioned, I think I mentioned before, I'm going to cover the entire bench in batting and then fabric. So not really terribly worried about the screws or even some of the chips that end up happening at the edge of the board there. So just finished putting the front of the bench on the boxes here, and now I need to do a back strip there and then a strip right there on that line so that the bench top can set down. So I'll get that installed, and then I'll cut the bench top, and then we'll work on the hinge. And then after that, it's pretty much just down to finishing and how I'm going to cover everything up. So I think these look really, really nice so far. I've got the bench strips, whatever you want to call these things, I don't know. These pieces here that will support the bench top done on both of these. And this is where I'm gonna stop for tonight. Okay, I've got the bench tops cut out here. One edge is perfectly straight. It would be this one. So that's gonna go to the back. One bench top. I cut it just a little bit proud, knowing that I probably would have to do a little bit of trimming. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't short. So that's pretty good. It's actually pretty even right there, but it might be that this board here bows in just a little bit on that one, and then this one here. Got the straight edge on that side, and I just gave myself a splinter. Okay, flush along this side, same here, flush there, and I got, yep, just about a 1/16 or so to trim here. Let's flush there. Again, this board might be bowing just a little bit, but there's our bench tops. I'm gonna hinge each of these back here so that they will open. Let me zoom this out a little bit more. These can open just like this for storage underneath. Awesome. I might as well give the obligatory sit test. Seems nice and solid to me. I don't even know if I'm gonna need stiffeners on these. These are very sturdy. So as mentioned many times, this is a mini dinette. So you can see how much leg overhang I have here, and I'm compensating a little bit behind me for cushions. So this is going to be the seating position essentially. But we'll have a big enough table here that this should be comfortable. And there's just enough space between the benches to put your feet out. And if the tabletop is down, obviously this becomes a very nice, comfortable spot to sit and watch TV, which will be right there, right there. Imagine, if you will, we're sitting on the boat, obviously. So yeah, this is part 1 of either 3 or 4 of building the dinette for the boat. So hope you enjoyed this first part of this build. So next time I will come back and we'll put the hinges on, and I'll start covering these in the batting, and I'll pick out the fabric that I'm going to use. Part 3 will be the installation of these benches. Part 4 will be the making of the table. So, and at the end of part 4, it'll all come together. So yeah, should be pretty awesome. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, send me some comments, and if you want to be notified when I post new videos like this one, hit that notification bell. And we'll see you next time on the Wisco Boater channel. Happy boating, everybody.